Hello everyone, my name is Vipra Joshi and I am an assistant professor in St. Andrews Institute of Technology and Management in Electrical Engineering Department. I am going to deliver a lecture on subject of basic electrical engineering. In this video, I will be explaining mesh analysis. This is Unit 1 topic of second semester. Mesh analysis. In this video, we are going to see how we can develop a technique called as mesh analysis by using Kirchhoff voltage law. First, we discuss Kirchhoff voltage law with respect to mesh analysis. In the Kirchhoff voltage law, we are considering branch current, but in mesh analysis, we are considering the loop current. In Kirchhoff law, only one current flows through the circuit. But in mesh analysis, many branches carry more than one current. There are some steps for mesh analysis. The first step is assign a name to each mesh current like I1, I2 and I3. It means firstly I have to identify the mesh, then assign the unknown current in each mesh like I1, I2 and I3 so on. Apply KVL to each mesh and use Ohm's law to express the voltage drop in each circuit element. Then the second step is, for this we assign the polarity for voltage across the branch. As we have seen in case of KVL, if we are consider the current like clockwise direction. This is clockwise direction. That means current flowing like this. Here there are two voltage source V1 and V2 and 5 resistive element. Now we consider starting terminal is positive. Here we see that starting terminal is positive and ending terminal is negative. Similarly, for current I2, we can see we have to consider same sign convention. These are polarity for our circuit. Third step. The second step will give you n number of simultaneous equation where n is a number of meshes. In third step, in this we apply KVL according to mesh and analysis. It means around the mesh. Through this equation, we have to find out unknown current. In this circuit, here in resistance R3, in resistance R3 there is two current I1 and I2. So the direction of current I1 is downward and I2 is upward. So if we see here, R3 has two current, and we can see that here the current flowing through R3 is I1 minus I2 for first loop, for first mesh, and for the second mesh this current become I2 minus I1 because of polarity. By applying KVL in this equation, for the first mesh, if we apply KVL, then we find the equation. Suppose we are starting from the first voltage source. Here the current flowing from negative potential to positive potential, like here is negative potential and here is positive potential. So the current is flowing from negative to positive terminal. It means there is rise in potential. So we have to consider this voltage is positive. Now if we take equation for first loop, it become V1 minus I1 into R1 and minus in resistance R3 the current is I1 minus I2. So we know that V is equal to I into R. So there is a current I1 minus I2 and resistance is R3. Now if we complete the loop, then here is resistance R4. For this the equation become minus I1 into R4 equal to 0. Same as for the second loop, the equation become minus I2 into R2 minus V2 and minus I1 into R5 minus I2 minus I1 into R3. Here for the second loop the current is I2 minus I1 for R3. So these are the equation for this circuit, and by solving this equation we can find the unknown current for this circuit. Now we will discuss example for mesh analysis. Suppose we have this circuit and here some parameter have value defined. V1 equal to 12 volt, V2 equal to 8 volt, R1 has 5 ohm resistance and R2 equal to 6 ohm and R3 equal to 10 ohm resistance. By the mesh analysis, we know that in first step, firstly, we have to consider the mesh. Here is two mesh, number two loops, first and second. For the first loop, the current is I1 and for the second loop, the current is I2. So, we assign for the loop A, B, E, F, I1 current and for the loop B, C, D, F, I2 current. Now, by applying KVL for this mesh, we can find, at first we identify polarity for this equation. So here is positive starting terminal and here is negative. For same, here is positive and negative. Positive, negative. For that, here is positive and negative. So if we applying KVL for mass first, positive, negative for this mass. V1, we can write V1 minus, here the some current is flowing like so, V1 minus R1 into I1 and minus R3 I1 minus I2. So we can write this equation V1 equal to R1 into I1 plus R3 bracket open I1 minus I2. This is first equation. For mass 2, same polarity we have, positive, negative and positive, negative. So if we apply here the same equation, then we find V2 minus R3 into I2 minus I1 and minus R2 into I2. We can say V2 equal to R1 into I2 plus R3 bracket open I2 minus I1. Now if we take common I1, here is I1 into R1 and here is also I1 current with R3 resistance. If we take common the current I1, the equation become R3 plus R1 into I1 minus R3 into R2 equal to V1. And the second equation become V2 equal to minus R3 into I1 plus R2 plus R3 into I2 equal to V2. These are two equations for this circuit. Now in the next step, if we put the value of all parameter, here some parameter are given. As we see, firstly V1 equal to 12 volt, V2 equal to 8 volt and R1 equal to 5 ohm, R2 equal to 6 ohm and R3 equal to 10 ohm. If we put these value in both equation, we find that here the equation become 15I1 minus 10I2 equal to 12 and next minus 10I1 plus 16I2 equal to 8. Converting this equation in matrix form, we find here two variable I1 and I2. So the equation become, the matrix become like this. This is row 1 and row 2 and this is column C1 and C2. So 15 minus 10 and 16 are the values and I1 and I2 are variable. Equal to, here is voltage value V1 and V2. V1 and V2. Now dividing row 1 by 3. This row by 3. We find that here is 5 and minus 10 upon 3 are 4. Now the equation become 5 minus 10 over 3 and 4, and R2 is same, row 2 is same. Now we applying second rule in next step, R2 plus 2R1. If we put for row R2, for row R2, R2 equal to R2 plus 2R1, we find here is 0 and 68 upon 3, and the value of V2 is 16. By solving this equation, if we solve this matrix, we find 0 into I1 plus 68 over 3 into I2 equal to 16. So by multiply 0 into I1, it become 0. So after solving this matrix, we find 68 over 3 into I2 equal to 16. From here we find the value of I2. The value of I2 is 48 upon 68 equal to 0.7 ampere. 0.7 ampere. Now using the value of I2, if we put the equation 1 or 2, we find that 5I1 minus 10 over 3 into I2 equal to 4. In this equation we put the value of I2. By solving it, we find that 5I1 equal to 4 plus 7 upon 3 equal to 19 over 3, and the value of I1 equal to 19 over 15 equal to 0.6 ampere. So by this we have two value for unknown current I1 and I2. By this we can find the value in R3 resistance. The value in R3 resistance, it is I1 minus I2. After calculating the value on R3 resistance, we find that it is 0.7 minus 1.26 equal to minus 0.5 ampere. If I take direction of I1 as a reference, means for upward direction, so equation become I1 minus I2. In this condition, the value of in resistance R3 is 0.56 ampere. As we see In this circuit, for mesh 1, the value of current in resistance is I1 minus I2, and for mesh 2, the current value on resistance R3 I2 minus I1. So we identify here two value I1 minus I2 and I2 minus I1 in both case. I hope you have understood the topic of mesh analysis. Thank you.